Hey there guys, Minty987 here, and this is episode 2 of the Gun Show, where I am looking at the PM63 RAC, and that is short for the Ręczny Automat Commando Cell, which is Polish for the Handheld Automatic Commando Firearm. And what is it? It's a Polish 9mm submachine gun designed by a Piotr Wilny. Now his name isn't just Wilny, he's got an extra part in it, but because he's Polish he's got a crazy back part of his name that I can't actually pronounce. The RAC combines the characteristics of a self-loading pistol, because if you were to look at it and when you're seeing it in the game, it's loaded up into the handle, which keeps it nice and small and easy and light, because the actual weight of the gun is only 1.6 kilograms, so that's roughly, you're looking at about 3.53 pounds. The barrel length, even the barrel length is only 152 millimeters, so it's about 6 inches for a barrel length, which isn't that big. And why have they only got it so small? It's because they just wanted it, they just wanted an automatic pistol, which is light handy, and they only wanted really vehicle crews and rear area troops and senior command personnel to use it. So if you're sitting there in command post Alpha and suddenly someone runs in trying to kill you, or just whip out your PM63, it's a full automatic pistol, aim, shoot, and you've probably dispersed your whole magazine of 15 rounds within the space of a second, because you're looking at about 600 rounds a minute. It has a range of about 75 meters to 150 meters. That depends on the sight adjustment, but we'll get to that later. And the PM63 was actually one of the first PDWs, and that stands for a personal defense weapon. And it was basically one of the first ones to be mass produced and issued on a large scale to troops. And it's been in service since 1965 to the present day, so it's still actually out there now being used. And it was designed in the 1950s by Piotr Wilny, and it was manufactured at Luznik Arms Factory, and it's produced from the 1964 all the way through to 1974. So it's quite outstanding at the fact that this gun was actually put into production, into service, only within a year of itself. Roughly, I think that they built about 70,000 units. That's what I've got on, that's the information I found. 70,000 units. And you're looking at about, in dollars, $305, $305 a unit. Now there was multiple variants created, and that was the PM70, PM73 and the Type 82. And were they any good? Well, I couldn't locate any images for you to show you what they look like, but I know that the PM70 and 73 were they were just put into production as a prototype, but they never made it because they just wasn't wanted on a large scale. Now I know the game's already started, but just to quickly run through, I am using the PM63 with the rapid fire attachment. I'm using scavenger and also sleight of hand, because you want to make sure you're ready to get that extra magazine in for the quick reloading. And when you kill someone, if you manage to kill someone, you want to make sure you can pick up their ammo to use it, so you can just keep running around with it. So I didn't really want to use any other gun. I was basically on a mission just to get kills with the PM63. So now let's look into the history. And development of the PM63 dates back to the late 1950s, when the concept was first proposed at the Warsaw University of Technology. And this was in response to a requirement for a light handheld defensive weapon for rear echelon soldiers, such as gun crews and vehicle drivers. But it was only after the death of the chief designer, which was Piotr Wilny, back in 1960, that the submachine gun's development was assumed and completed by the state-operated Luznik Arms Factory in the city of Radom, where it was produced until 1974. The PM63 was accepted into service with the Polish Armed Forces and also the Polish Police back in 1965 as the 9mm pistolet. Small numbers of this weapon, of this SMG, were actually exported to several Arab countries, Vietnam, and also a few the former Eastern Germany. A slightly modified, unlicensed version of the PM63 was produced by the People's Republic of China, and this is known as the Type 82. Okay, so that's really much of the history. There's not that much history on it, because that's basically dates all the way up until now. Because this gun, it's not a mainstream gun. It's not like it's used all over. It's not like the Enfield. It's not like the M16. It's not like any of them. There isn't that much about it. So let's just go now and have a look at the sights. As you can see, as I'm aiming, the flip rear sight, so it has basically, the back sight is actually, you can flip it up and flip it down. And this is basically an open type which provides 2 notches with range settings for firing at 75 metres and to 150 metres. That and the front blade are actually fixed to the slide's top surface, making aiming the weapon and correcting the follow-up shot, particularly in rapid fire mode, very difficult. But as you can see in this gameplay, it really isn't. Getting that second shot off with the rapid fire mode is easy. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you want to use extended mags because you want the extra ammo. It's like, yeah, put rapid fire on. It does actually make a lot more sense if you do something like that with the rapid fire, because it fires off quicker, and within Black Ops, rapid fire sort of makes your guns a bit more powerful, because you're getting, like, instead of getting 1 bullet, you're getting 2 bullets off. But you just need to make sure you've got sleight of hand on to reload, because you're out of ammo very quick. The firearm would feed from 2 different types of double column box magazines. This is all real life. This is the information I've got here. A short 15 round and a long 25 round magazine. Now, as we all know, within the game it's 20 and 30, but in real life it's only 15 and 25, because again, in real life it is actually only it's just a full automatic pistol. That's all it is. It's just a full automatic, a little bit bigger than a pistol. That's all it is. And the magazines are actually seated inside the hollow pistol grip. Again, it's just a pistol, but because it's full auto, we'll call it a machine pistol. Okay, because it's not an SMG. Let's face it. If you're going into a close quarter combat situation, I would rather, let's just say there's other guns that you'd rather have. An AK-74. What else is there? A Vector. I'd rather have a Vector, a Spectre. I'd rather have anything. I wouldn't want to use this. It's just too small. The magazine catch releases at the heel of the pistol grip. After the last cartridge has been fired from the magazine, the slide is locked open. On the slide catch, the pistol grip covers and folding vertical forward grip are actually made from a synthetic plastic material, so the actual gun, you know, so they could cut down on weight, I'm guessing that is. But the PM63 does actually use a 9x18mm Makarov pistol cartridge, so the ammunition that you would see in a Makarov pistol, you could see that in the PM63. It's the same round. The weapon, it can be deployed like a regular pistol, one-handed. Additional equipment is supplied with the submachine gun. You know, that just basically, it's not really important, but you know, it's sort of like your magazines, a holster, sling, magazine pouch, that sort of stuff, really. So back in 1971, a version of the PM63 was actually developed in Radom for the 9x19mm Parabellum, which was designated as the PM70. But only several units were actually of this version were actually built in a prototype pre-production batch. Further production was abandoned due to lack of demand, so people were like, you know, we've made this for you, and people were like, no, we don't want it. But the variant was adapted for the 380 ACP cartridge, and a silenced version was also built, but failed to gain orders because no one wanted it, because the PM63, it was used, and it was lucky that was used, but it was because of the date that it was made. And that is everything I have on the PM63. Now, if there's anything I've missed out, leave a comment down below. Now, the only thing is, for episode 3, I'm going to be looking at going back over to Modern Warfare 2 for 2 episodes. So let me know what guns you want to see from Modern Warfare 2. Any gun. I'm not too fussed. I'll even choose a sniper rifle. It doesn't bother me. Let me know what guns you want to see for episode 3 from Modern Warfare 2. Please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I've been Minty1987. This has been Gun Show Episode 2, and you've just been mintified.